This is one of a series of videos explaining how to perform celiac plexus radiosurgery. In this video, we're going to show how to contour the small bowel. We're going to do that in 3 steps. In the first step, we contour the stomach, including the distal esophagus. In the second step, the duodenum. And in the third step, we contour everything else, what I call the distant bowel. Having created all 3 structures and corrected them, we then sum them all together into a composite structure called the bowel. It is nonetheless important to have a separate structure called the stomach and another one called the duodenum for the purposes of reporting dose. So here we're starting to contour the distal esophagus and the stomach. I just mentioned that we're seeing this contouring performed at twice normal speed. Here I'm going every couple of slices, contouring the stomach. Just here coming to where the duodenum starts. A little unsure about some of these air bubbles. Do they belong to the stomach or not? So I'm going to contour them, and as you see in a moment, I'm going to look again at them from on the sagittal images, and then I decide, maybe it's really not part of the stomach, and I contour them off. Yeah, so there you are. Decided that I've gone a little too far, take them off, and then that's pretty much it. Just do a little bit of correcting. So now we're moving on to the duodenum. Once again, this clip has been speeded up. You can see here that the duodenum comes extremely thin. You have to be very careful not to miss it. I often take a little bit of the jejunum in as well. Okay, in terms of the interpolation, you've got to make sure that every bit of duodenum on that particular slice is contoured, otherwise when it interpolates it all goes a little wrong. Okay, so yeah, just going back, making sure. I have to go backwards and forwards, up and down a little bit to make sure I've contoured everything. A little difficult to say exactly where the stomach joins with the duodenum. Here I've decided that I've missed a bit of stomach. Again, just making sure. A little bit of a close editing here. Okay, now I'm just looking from a 3-dimensional perspective to check it was reasonable. I've interpolated. It looks good. I'm doing a little bit of extra editing again here. I've got to make sure, obviously, the bowel is continuous between the stomach and the duodenum. So I'm just making sure that they connect. Now I've moved on to what's called the distant bowel. I apologize that it's in the same color yellow again, but it's a separate structure. I do this fairly quickly because generally speaking it's quite a long way away from the celiac plexus. If it gets closer, then I get a little bit more careful. So again, these are structures which weren't included in neither the stomach nor the duodenum. Just going up and down quite quickly with that we've interpolated. And now I'm creating a composite structure for the entire bowel, and I'm looking to see what it looks like from a 3D perspective. And again, there's a little bit of extra editing required. Very easy to miss out bits of bowel, I have to say. And here I suddenly realized I missed a bit out, and so I'm just adding that in now. At this point, I'm confident that we have the small bowel and stomach correctly contoured. Nonetheless, it is a requirement of the protocol that a second physician goes over and checks that contouring, because I know just how easy it is to miss a little loop of bow. Having done that, one goes and makes symmetric expansions of the bow, 0.5 centimeters and 1 centimeter expansions as two new separate structures. In the next video, we're going to talk about contouring the celiac plexus itself. Thank you. This trial is generously funded by Gateway for Cancer Research. Some additional support is provided by the Israel Cancer Association.